Why, hello there, Dom Salvucci. How we doing, sir?
Oh, hello. Hey, how's it going, Eric?
It's going. Yeah, I just popped in here, and you happen to be in here hanging out and
Yeah,
looking quite festive, I might add. It's quite
thank you.
impressive getup you got there.
Thank you. It was bling day at school, so and my contacts were acting up, so I put the regular glasses on and kind of going with the studious look today.
There you go. I like that. I like that. Yeah. Well, I decided I'm going to be hanging out. I got a gift from a former student and family. They were going through the Boscov's, not the high end section. Let's just put it that way. And they
That
said,
looks
and he goes, it's Coach Verno on the box. So they ended up buying it for me, giving it to me at church. And so I figured I would try it out tonight because I'm going to be wearing it in school tomorrow. I'm not gonna lie, I tried doing it myself. Had to call in reinforcements. The wife had to come down and help hang the ornaments, and I still have 3 left. I didn't even go overly. So there we go. So going for the
nice.
festive look. Yeah,
That,
not
that
too
does look
shabby.
like you on the box.
Yeah. I know you were going to say that. So again, that's the reason why they bought it. So unfortunately, I'm not getting any money from that company, but I gotta work on that.
Was it made with
So how?
AI?
Yeah, no, this one's not, but we got a lot of AI to talk about. Yeah. So how are things going in the West End?
Weather's supposed to be improving. I've been in sort of, I don't know if you would call it an existential crisis, but I posed this question to my students.
Uh-oh.
I'm in the little podcast studio slash office because I was driving my wife and my daughter and even the puppy nuts.
Oh yeah.
We were talking about, superpowers, and I don't know if it was Brandon or some other guest that mentioned, flying is a superpower. And it dawned on me, I wouldn't want flying as a superpower because I'm not so much afraid of heights, but I'm afraid of falling from heights.
Okay. Yeah.
And then I thought, well, if I could fly, would I not use the superpower because I'm afraid of falling from heights? Or
Hmm.
would I lose that fear of falling because I could fly? And I confused myself, and I've been trying to figure it out, and everyone's kind of tired of my honors class looked at me like, really, this is what we're going to discuss today. I'm like, just think about this. It'll be enrichment points. Help me come up with this. And so
Hey,
I'm sitting here in a semi-dark room by myself pondering that
there you go.
question, and I can't figure out the answer.
That's funny. I don't know. It everything sounds good until the fall. Like it's the
Yeah.
landing. That's to me, that's where you roll with it. So,
See,
but I'm sure in the words of some of our great friends on the board, they probably would say just search up some Taylor Swift songs. There might be some answers there. A little shout out to Missy
can't,
there. Yeah,
can't go wrong. Can't go
that's
wrong with
it.
Taylor.
Yeah. JG will be able to pipe in. He's got him down. He's ready to roll.
Oh, yeah.
Well, so weather-wise, gosh, if that rain coming through would have been a little colder, could have been some snow, and I guess our superintendents rolling into Monday, they were worried about the temperatures because it was a little slick waking up, not enough, and they didn't call it, but there were that debate of 2 hour delay. And it was funny because our principal was like, they kind of got the word like, hey, just be ready for it, and and they were like, it's a good thing they didn't let the teachers know because man, there's nothing like a teacher showing up, for a full day when they were expecting the 2 hour delay. We
Yeah.
get it. Any students watching, we get grumpy too.
Oh, I know.
We're big fans of snow. We're big fans of delays. We like delays better than off. Even with Fid days. So yeah, but it's
Yeah.
that time of year, man.
We had a number of schools had early releases Monday and 2 hour delays on Tuesday because the snow hit like south and east of us and into the
Okay.
mountains, like where the ski resorts are and north of us. So there's some delays and some evening cancellations with that snowstorm that came through.
Yeah. It's kind of
So
crazy.
we had the rain, and rain here started on Saturday in Pittsburgh.
Well, speaking of Pittsburgh, I got to do it. The games were played.
Yes.
The outfits, the uniforms were put on. Miami victorious. Steelers in a bit of trouble now. A little controversy going on there.
Yeah,
I don't know.
It's part of this existential question I was able to solve. It's part of being a fan. You got to take the good with the bad. So I'm sticking with the black and gold. I've been in my entire life a fan of the black and gold. You guys won this week, but it was
Yes,
the
sir.
week before you guys lost Monday Night Football. No,
Yeah,
I'm
we
not
lost
rubbing
to
in.
the
I'm just trying to
Eagles.
get my.
Oh, yeah.
dates
I
in
know.
order.
Hey, listen, I had to look it up too. But for the record, I don't know what it's like to have down years. I just want to throw that out there as a Dolphins fan. Hold on. I gotta stop laughing before I drink my water. I'm gonna be spitting over everything. Yeah,
Well, you have to have up years
man.
before you understand
Yep.
what a down year is.
Yeah, and the up year for the
That's
Dolphins
relatively
was
new for you
prior to my
guys.
birth. Yeah, it is. It is. Let me tell you. But and I got Bills fans and Ravens fans and Eagles fans in my classroom, and they're saying this and that, and well, Bills might take the division. I'm like guys, listen. Bottom line is, you put the pads on and you got to play the game. And if there's no chance of you winning the game, why would you show up? Like on any given Sunday, anything can happen. So it's been a lot of fun conversation with kids and all that jazz. And yeah, I mean, weather, we're looking forward to that. And we've got 1.5 days left. We got Thursday and then a half day Friday. What about you guys?
We have a half day tomorrow. My daughter's district, they're done. Today they had a half day.
Wow. Okay.
So we have a half day tomorrow, and we have an activity going on in the morning for the students. Not to say what, because it's super top secret.
Sure.
But I get to pick the students. I was telling my classes today, be nice. Because I froze up. Be nice, because I'm picking students to do stuff. And they're like, what are we going to do? I'm like, I don't know yet. You don't know yet. So be nice.
Don't make Mr. Sal come for you. You got to be careful.
Yes.
Little Mr. T action there. All right. Well, then, so we got the half day Friday, and then we go back the Tuesday. When do you guys go back?
I think we go back the 2nd. We go back on Tuesday. If I have to look. I try not to be the counter of days, like how many days left, because
I hear you.
I don't want to, because then it just, I don't know. Sometimes you run into that, and like I always, people were asking, are you ready for the holiday? I'm like, I'm ready for break. I'm not ready for the holiday. I have a bunch of stuff I still have to do, but got the gnocchis ready for Christmas dinner. That's the big thing.
Go.
But
listen, the second you put a counter, the days go longer. So I am a big fan of not doing the counting. I'm right there with you. Well, we'll talk a little bit later about our delay, but it's not a Tuesday, it's a Wednesday. It's the third week of the month, and you're here. I'm here. A lot of great stuff going on in education technology. Yep. I think it's time
for the PETEandC pod.
All right, let's roll it. Welcome to the PETEandC pod, a show for educators, by educators, from an organization that is 100% volunteer run. We're PETEandC, where we focus on education technology use in the classroom. We're focusing on Pennsylvania, beyond, all across the board. My name is Eric Verno, and I have the true privilege of being the vice president of PETEandC. And with me, my co-host, as always,
Dom Salvucci. I am honored to be the Southwest Regional Director for PETEandC.
And today we are on episode 42, PETEandC Preview Part 1. We do have a lot of things that we're going to be talking about PETEandC wise. So we just want to get the conversation warmed up this week, and we'll work on going to have some different guests come on to talk about some different stuff. And, it's a awesome time of year coming up in February. A lot of people are all excited rolling with that. So a very special Wednesday edition of this episode.
Yes. We had people lined up as guests, but due to circumstances beyond our control, they couldn't make it. So we're flying solo. That's okay.
Oh, sure.
We're flying duo.
Duo. There you go. Yeah. And not to get too much into it, because I don't need to tear up or cry anymore, but I did have a former student who did pass away. 27 years old, was, had him in 6th grade, worked with him while he was in the high school, being involved as a manager with the football team and stuff. And he had, scoliosis and cerebral palsy, was wheelchair bound, and a lot of great memories. And although, Dom won't truly appreciate this from one side, but I got a really cool picture that I always keep. It's, do you have one of those desk mats on your desk, Dom, where you just have different pictures, whatever, I get in trouble. I have some pictures of my daughters and my wife around, but not as much. But on the mat, I have a picture of the student and I. We did an awesome field trip. Half the day was at Camden Yards, and the other half was at M&T Bank Stadium, and was the most affordable field trip we've ever done. And we tied it in. We were doing some sports writing and some stuff in language arts in on the team. And what was really cool is they let him in the wheelchair go on the 50-yard line, which they normally do not. And an interesting fact for you is when they built the Ravens Stadium, they designed it so when halftime hits, the Ravens players turn 180 and they head backwards and they go downstairs straight to their locker room. And all the other fans have to go all the way down to the goal line, to the end zone, go out and go around. And they said it shaves them about 8.5 minutes that they're in the locker room before the other team. So strategically, there's a lot of things that can happen then. But the problem is it was steps down. So he wheeled his wheelchair there and just kind of gave a look. And I was like, well, we didn't get permission for this, but let's go. And I hoisted him up and carried him down the stairs. And
that's neat.
I'll try to talk without getting teared up. And at the bottom, they have there's a raven and Edgar Allan Poe's poem there, and the players will hit it. So I got a picture of him hitting that, me holding him. Somebody at the top of the stairs took the picture. So, yeah, just very special moment. A great kid, great family. So it's sad to see that. Unfortunately, we've had a few former students, former players who have passed for different reasons, and always a sad thing, but it's neat to see the whole community, not only extended family and their community, but even the school community be there. So, so that was important. So I do apologize to anybody who was looking for us on Tuesday that we weren't there, and we debated about they're taping it ahead of time, this and that, but we just thought, one day wouldn't be so bad. So, but yeah,
no need to apologize. I mean, our sympathies go out to you and to the student's family. That's rough.
Yeah. And more for them. I mean, but yeah. So anyway, but that was the reason there. So I'll move on from that. So the superintendent was doing a little tour of the school, and I had to look at him and say, "Stop talking about it." And I just walked away. It just gets teared up. So, but anyway, a lot of good stuff going on overall. With PETEandC. Again, we were in the preface there. We were chatting a little bit about PETEandC, and that's going to be our focus. And we'll, of course, we will get to our tech notes. I got a really good one this week. If you've checked out the banner that's been posted, you've seen some of the work that comes from this app I'm going to be doing. So really awesome stuff. So how about classroom wise? What all has been going on there for you, man?
We wrapped up our last unit, and this past week, I did some free writing today. We did some just review activities the last couple of days because I finished up Thursday with the assessment on the last unit, and I figured going into break, I'm not going to try and roll anything out new. When we come back on the 2nd, we have less than 2 weeks, and our second 9 weeks is over. We're halfway through the year, so I wanted to get some day-to-day activities in for the students, help them out. Some of the kids needed points. Some kids that had good points wanted to, try and move up, and we worked on that. Did some activities in some bookets, some quizzes, activities, some review stuff. And today we did some free writing because I have to do a civics exam at the end of the year for the students. So we did just you either write about the Constitution, and if you're not certain about writing on the Constitution, just do a free write. Make it a winter break adventure. And kids are like, do we have to be in it? I'm like, nope. This is just free write. I said, I didn't give them a time, but I did give them a little bit of a. I know a lot of people don't like doing this, and sometimes I don't. If I'm just giving okay, we're going to write for 5 minutes, or we're going to write for 10 minutes, just write. I did give them a length because I do have, and as a teenager, once myself many, many years ago, I understand okay, your very brief, short, fractured fairy tale, 3 lines, the end, and okay, I'm going to go on and not do what I'm supposed to do. So I gave them a little bit of guidelines as to what to work with and stuff. And a lot of the kids got into it. They're like, can I finish this? They showed me what they have, but I'm not done with the story. So they brought it back before the end of the day and stuff. So I'm going to read through those a little bit later tonight after the pod.
Yep.
And, go with
that.
Well,
speaking of that, look at they put live for a little bit. They have a new snowball, or I'm sorry, forgive me, a Santa's workshop activity. Yeah. And I was just, pulling some review stuff and just switching up my math class. We have about a 90-minute period. So I was kind of kicking off with, they do their fact practice and stuff. And I've been pulling in, our district opened up the Microsoft Reflect app. So the kids have been reflecting on their day, their weekend. So that's been neat to see.
Oh, that's nice.
And it fills the little monsters on the screen, and it kind of makes a class picture. They're on a stadium. So that's on. And then when that's done, I've been doing, yesterday I did a booklet and did the Santa workshop, and oh my gosh, I'm hearing kids yelling at each other across the room. It was getting competitively heated. And,
yes.
It was awesome. I mean, a couple of teachers like walking by because I leave my door open and they're like looking in, like, what's going on in there? Like there was some yelling and screaming, and you're stealing the gifts and you're doing this. And so it's cool that Blooket did open that, just that one, premium feature for free for right now. So if you're looking for something, then I do know that GimKit opened a couple things up, but I did just go on and do a sign up, and you get like that some premium games for free. So today was the snowball fight. So they were doing a snowball fight, and another teacher was dropping off another thing that she had to drop off some Gina doesn't know Blooket. Oh, Gina. So anyway, we'll have to work on that one. So anyway, a teacher was dropping off cookies, and I'm in there and I'm playing, and the kids are like yelling, like, we just killed Verno. We killed Verno. She just looks at me. She's like, are you okay in here? I said, yeah, as okay as I usually am. But yeah, they love when you're in those games and you're trying to do something, or the phone rings and you're getting pelted with snowballs and you're getting just demolished. So yeah, so it's been neat to kind of mix it up a little bit, because again, it's the waning times. And I jokingly tell them, like, I know you're excited for a chubby bearded guy not named Verno to come to your house here coming up, but you just got to deal with this guy for right now. So, yeah, as far as all of my bling tomorrow. Yes. Thank you. It's phenomenal. They have a lot of great stuff. And then the kids pick up on it. They create their accounts on Blooket and they make their own. It's always neat seeing them making their own games and doing stuff there. So, beside tail of the Blooket talk.
But I played as myself last week and I got dogpiled. It was like everybody was taking shots at me.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is why I play under pseudonyms.
Yeah.
Then one time I did I prearranged with one of your classmates. They're playing as me and I am playing as them. And that was the extra credit question. And a couple of kids got it, like, you played as yourself. You just make stuff up like that to try and confuse us. And I had like 3 kids nailed me on it.
That's funny.
Everyone else was like picking it. They spelled their name wrong. That's what you do because your spelling's bad at times. And it's just like they were like throwing each other under the bus as to like who was playing as me. But the nice thing about Blooket is you're always in the game. Like with Kahoot and some of the other games, if you don't have power ups, once you're down, you can't get caught up with Blooket because you can
the steals and stuff,
steal stuff and do different things. And the way it works, this is for Gina real quick. As you get more points, they give you less bonuses. And then if you're lagging behind or someone steals all your points, you can get a faster power up and collect points faster to put you back in the running. So,
and here's your pro tip. Anytime you're doing, whether it's Kahoot, whether it's GimKit, whether it's Blooket, whatever it is, the pro tip is kids are always dying to not put their real name. They want to put nicknames. So I have a very simple rule. If you want to put V-Dog, right, who's going to know? There's a couple other kids with the last name with a V. Like, they don't know who V-Dog is. Make up whatever name it is. Afterwards, in parentheses, I ask for their initials. So if I decide, hey, this game went really well, I'm going to quick screenshot because it doesn't really have like a data back end, but you can pull the stuff down. But they go ballistic over being able to put, because teachers don't allow that. Like, nope, it's got to be your name. Like, let them put put their nickname in, put the initials. Then you're like, who's Cheeseburger 22? Like, why is Cheeseburger coming after me? And then they start laughing and this or that, or like, one of the kids I was getting chased, they're like, one of the kids like, Mr. Verno, watch out, Chicken Nuggets is chasing you. I mean, like, just the stupid stuff that happens. But just give up that little bit. Let them use nicknames. Ask for initials. If they're not there, sometimes they forget them, but question them on it. But it's just that little element. It's just such a small thing, but holy moly, you think you gave them the world. And the kids were yelling. They thought they were talking about the snowball one in GimKit. They were like, this is like Fortnite. So they were all fired up with that game. So that's where you get only
the Tech the Halls event. I did not do well.
And that's where I stole it from. Yeah. It was a good one. Yeah. So that's why I was like, all right, I'll break that one in today. So that was a good time. So yeah. Well, you know what? Speaking of Tech the Halls, I guess we should roll into some what's happening at PETEandC. What do you think?
Sounds good.
All right, so let's go here. Let me share my screen. Let me get rid of this. All right.
The calendar, I think, is the most updated. I know we're adding different events to the Glide show, but I don't think we're there yet.
All right. Yep. So if you look, we got, the month of December just rolling out. Like I said, the Tech the Halls was amazing. All right. And then, of course, the PACT pods, hopefully you believe it's amazing after we're done doing our nice banter. And then kicking off the new year, the 10th, which, by the way, last show of the year, 2023, about to be in the can, kicking off 2024. The AI Classroom, the ultimate guide to artificial intelligence in the classroom. So time, if you don't get that book for, it's not hidden, it's not sitting under your tree, time to pick it up. And then there's the different dates and what you're going to have to read. So they have everything laid out. So if you like working ahead, taking notes, getting things together, or if you're like me, always scrambling behind and trying to catch up, Act 48 will be provided from PACT. Yes. We already have 34 registrants. So, and it's going to be all across. So it's going to be Zoom having that discussion. And, this is something that we as an organization and you as a member of PACT, we need to be the go-tos in our building. We need to be the people that people feel comfortable to say, hey, what are you thinking about this? And then we need to be studied up, right? It's kind of on our shoulders.
And this is free regardless of membership level. So you don't have to be a premium member to access it.
All right. And we got, look here, this is like right up your alley, Dom, PACT post-TRETC meetup.
Yep.
And
we'll be at TRETC that day. There's a bunch of KTIs and PACT members presenting at TRETC. We'll have a table there at TRETC. And then afterwards, we're going to Top Golf. Appetizers on PACT. And we'll be hanging out there talking about the conference, Three Rivers Educational Technology Conference, TRETC.
All right. Awesome stuff. All right. And then we got, save time, enhance learning, and maximize resources, teachers first. Those courses are going really well. People are really appreciating them and liking them. We got a Flux Space meetup happening here on January 20th. Again, the teachers first are happening on Tuesdays, the Google Maps. Now, as you notice, I did not get our January 2nd and our January 16th date in, but of course the pod will be coming you to first and third Tuesday of the month, as always. And then we got some more engage and inspire with fake websites with teachers first, book study. And then there is the PETEandC KTI pre-con happening on the hallowed grounds of Hershey, Pennsylvania.
It'll be good to be back.
Now I got to go in. Let's see. Lee. Oops, that's the wrong one. Let me switch it out. Oh. It's capital E, remember. bit.ly / all caps PACTE and then vents lowercase. All right, so just to double check, we got our stuff going on here. All right, near the December, they got the tech halls there, it's already passed. Oh, and so I don't know what's going on with the CCIU Ed Camp. We'll have to reach out about that one. And then January, Library Goose Chase hosted by South Central. That was not on the calendar, so that's why it's always important to check out both.
Yep.
And then the book study, the details are on the calendar. So that's some amazing stuff going on there. And always appreciate that and good to know whether you're free or not. So
in the book studies, you don't have to attend every session. That's the nice thing about it. If you can only make a couple, you only make a couple. If you can make one, you make one. If you can make them all, that's great too. As Eric said, they're on Zoom. It's a great group. I have not done this book study. I'm looking forward to doing this book study, but I've done several other ones and they're great. A lot of sharing of ideas. It's more of a discussion than it is a class. Like you're asked to participate and the attendees drive the book study. So it's not like you're sitting there being lectured. So
yeah,
it's pretty good.
Awesome stuff. All right. Well, let's kind of dive in. Let's look a little bit and talk a little bit about PETEandC. What do you think?
Sounds good.
That goes hand in hand with all the stuff we've got going on.
Yeah.
What were you gonna say, Dom?
Our podcast, we are presenting, but our session was moved up to Tuesday morning instead of Tuesday afternoon. And I have to double check that time.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I was a reason for that occurring. So other meetings that have to be had. So a lot of stuff going on at PETEandC this year. So you go to PETEandC.org. All right. PETEandC.org for those listening. Without even logging in, I'm just in as a regular person, not signed into anything. I go to the 2024 program. And listen, for the record, tonight the PETEandC program team, they're meeting, they're planning, they're doing a lot of great things, and it's awesome what we got going on. But we talked about this before. You can go and you can search different things. You can check by day, pre-con events, different things happen on Sunday, and then Monday, Tuesday, and then the half day Wednesday. PACT has our dinner on, I believe, Monday night, right? We have our Monday night dinner.
It's not a dinner, it's a meet and greet.
I'm sorry, meet and greet. Forgive me, and we will have more information about that on the pod. But it used to be a dinner. Now it's more of a meet and greet, get around, mingle, talk, appetizers kind of a thing.
And the
so that'll still be happening.
The vendor socials are also Monday because I believe, I don't know about your Miami Dolphins, but Pittsburgh Steelers still have a chance to be playing football that Sunday. So,
playoff action, but no Super Bowl this year. We missed a Super Bowl, but
isn't it? I thought there was. Or is it playoffs?
No. I think it's just playoffs next year as Super Bowl comes back into play.
Okay,
I do believe. You can double check that while I'm talking. Just look up when will Miami be playing in February. No, just kidding. So anyway, you go into the program, and then down here under quick links, this is what we want to highlight tonight. This is something brand new that PETEandC is rolling out. We will have somebody on to talk more about it. But when you go into PETEandC summits, this is amazing. I mean, the stuff that they got rolling. So if you're, within education this year, the STEELs, the new science standards are out. So as always, being on the cutting edge as PETEandC always is, and with the organizations that all help with that, they decided to have a STEELs summit. So it's 10 to 12:30. It's going to have its own keynote, information shared. So when you click in, all right, you got information on the different people from PE that are going to be sharing. So we've got Dave Bauman, Brant Hutzel, and then Tammy Peffer. And I apologize if I mispronounce any of those names, but they'll be doing a keynote at the beginning, kicking things off, and then the different things that you can go ahead and check with Discovery Ed, Mystery Science. All right, phenomenal science learning. So a lot of science of food, a lot of really good stuff going on here, teaching with the STEELs practices. So if your school district's moving, we're doing all the writing in our district, getting things ready, making sure we're aligned with what the state's got rolling out. This is going to be a great opportunity for you to come in and learn more about the things that you should be doing or what other districts are doing, make those connections, rub the elbows. And if you're looking for, validation for your district of why they should send you to PETEandC, that would be a great one. Of course, AI, the AI Summit. All right. So we got the AI Summit kicking off here. All right. We've got how to bring AI to your district responsibly. Is going to be the keynote director of district strategy and operations at Khan Academy. And so reading too fast and missed her name. Oh, Erin Chen. So she's going to be coming in and they're going to be talking again, different school districts sharing, talking about the different things they're doing with AI in their classrooms, in their schools. So again, this is a new concept. We mentioned at the beginning, it's important for PACT members to be on that cutting edge with knowledge, with the information. This is a great spot for you to go to catch up on all that. All right. And then cybersecurity. Obviously, this is more on the tech strand. So we got our fear, the public sector predicament. And then we have Julie Snyder, CIO of the General Government Delivery Center of the Commonwealth of PA, is going to be doing the keynote. And there is that organization coming in basically from we're kind of marrying up with entities that are working with our state, the government of the Commonwealth and DC. And they're going to be doing some different things talking about some different elements, things to be, concerned about. We got hacking for educators, Microsoft 365 Defender platform, cyberbullying, ransomware recovery, a lot of different things. So if you are hearing this, you see this, reach out to your IT staff, let them know what's going to be happening. Again, they can come in for that half day. It's Tuesday from 10 to 10:30. Oh, that's real quick, the blip, 10 to 10:30, just that short time. Just a couple little quick hitters for you. But definitely very interesting. And rounding it out with STEM. All right. So the STEM Summit Tuesday goes from 1:30 to 4 o'clock. And these are all, by the way, at the Hotel Hershey. So they're going to be separate from the Hershey Lodge where the other action's occurring. And of course, our good friend, a friend of PACT and KTI, Ryan Anthony, He's the director of innovation and co-founder of Flux Space, and a KTI member, a proud star. So he'll be sharing, doing the keynote there, and then the different things that are going to be, happening throughout the different activities. And, and STEM is always at the forefront of what we have going on in all of our classrooms, but mixing different things and doing some stuff. So, I, kind of did the micro machine version a little fast through all that. Yeah. Our goal is to have somebody to come in and specifically break down give a little insight into what the keynote's going to be and highlight a couple of the different programs that are going to be occurring, or the sessions that are going to be occur up at the Hotel Hershey.
Yeah. And the nice thing is for those of you that have been there, you understand this. Getting back and forth from the Hotel Hershey to the lodge, it isn't difficult, but with the overlap in times and such, it's hard to do different sessions. So by having these summits, you're at the hotel and you don't have to leave. So you can get there. The keynotes will be broadcast in live. They'll be on the big screen. So you can watch the keynote, get there in the morning, hang out, and cover an entire thread of a topic that you'd be interested in without having to miss and travel back and forth. So it's making it a lot easier for people to attend these sessions and not miss out on things.
Yeah, definitely. And that's a great point. Again, being up there the whole time. There are times where the session I want to go to, it's up at the hotel. Their times are a little bit off. It overlaps. Maybe I don't feel comfortable leaving the session early to head there. And that the way they did this lines it up, totally eliminates that concern. So we're hoping that it's, hopefully everybody attending, agrees. And please, 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 please fill out all the survey information and let people know what you think of what's occurring. Yeah. So definitely. Yeah.
You'll have time to stop, because actually you'd stop by the PETEandC booth. Join us for coffee in the morning or hot chocolate, and then get on the bus and head to the hotel, because we'll be at the lodge. We'll be at the PETEandC booth in the morning, regional directors having coffee with members who want to stop by and say hi. So we'll have activities going on at the booth in the morning. And I did some research. You're right. It is February 11th is the Super Bowl. And then I did a search on when the Miami Dolphins are scheduled to play in the Super Bowl. And this is what I got.
We're having technical difficulties with Dom's screen. Sorry.
Oh, no. You didn't hear it?
Oh, no. It didn't come through. Sorry.
I did a search. It says, according to the NFL schedule, the Miami Dolphins will next play in the Super Bowl when the numeral pi ends.
So for the record, when you're sharing the screen, you have to share audio. But the problem is, if you share audio with the screen, it may share us in our conversation. So, but that's why I didn't play through. So
yeah, no, I wasn't sharing the screen. I was just, I have it on mine. It was non-shareable. This is NFL copyrights. I didn't want to violate copyright by having the NFL website up while I was doing that, because that was official.
Listen, I'll tell you, you got me so going at it. I lost some of my decoration here. All right. Well, listen, here's the deal. Here's the bottom line. I knew the Super Bowl wasn't there because I still am in it.
We're not out of it.
All right. But anyways, but now you know what it is. That's important, Dom. You got to know that first. All right, big man. So I think we should be ready to roll into some tech notes.
Yes.
And you ready to do the honors and kick us off?
Sure.
All right, here we go. All right, Dom, what do you got for us?
Okay, well, because, and this is way too small, but let's see if I can blow it up here. I was going to do Calm or one of I'm on the wrong screen. Hold on a second. It's blowing up the wrong screen for me. Anyway, Goodreads. I was going to do Calm because Calm has free teacher accounts and educational accounts, which is good this time of year. People sometimes get a little stressed over the holidays. I know it gets hectic. We were talking about that earlier pre-show that, you know, um, I'm ready for break, but not ready for the holidays. I have a lot going on. But one of the things I do, although this year may be different because it's supposed to be nice over the holidays, usually it's cold and um, snowy and blah. Outside of running a snowblower and cleaning neighbors' driveways and my own, I usually hunker down and read a book. And that is kind of my little fortress of solitude. Whenever I get stressed, I'll sit and read. And Goodreads is a way to track the books I'm reading and books that I want to read. So it's free. It's an app on your phone. It's tied into Amazon, but you don't have to use Amazon. You don't have to read Amazon books. So you can read any kind of book. You can scan off your phone, scan the cover, scan the barcode on the back. It pulls books up, gives you recommendations, and it's like a social network for book readers. And I use it all the time. I keep track of my books. And when my daughter was little, I kept track of books. You can rate them. And, if you come across something you like, follow that author. They have book drawings, free drawings to get autographed copies of books, first editions that are autographed by the author. I've followed authors on here. I've corresponded with authors, gotten information from here, and emailed David Baldacci's one. I've emailed him back and forth about some of the books that he's had. So it's pretty neat. I like it. I keep track of things. That's a little bit of my OCD kicks in, and I'll be in, the books. I'll go into Barnes and Noble, or I'll go to a used bookstore, and I'll be sitting there. And I'm like, what was that book that I read again? Back in the spring, and I'll scroll through. I'm like, yeah, this is the author. It was like something I came across. And even whenever I'm reading books, some of the books I read will talk about other authors, and I'll do a deep dive, kind of go down a rabbit hole, if you will. And, they'll mention these other books, and I'll jump into Goodreads, and I'll put them on my want to read list. So even though I don't have them, it'll be something I can go back and look up. So I go to my books, the books I've read, books I'm currently reading. I'm not currently reading 14 books. I'm reading 2. I've just forgot to update a couple of these other books. Books I want to read. And then you could create your own shelves. I have classroom books in my classroom. So I label it, if it's a library book, if it's an ebook, if it's a school library book, or when my daughter was little, books I was getting for her, and I could drop them into different virtual shelves in here to organize them. It depends on how well, you want to stay organized. And you can network with other people. There's other people I follow, and some English teachers and librarians that I follow. And I see what they're reading. I'm like, oh, okay. I haven't had a chance to talk to them in a while. I see their updates on social media. I'm like, I'll check that book out and go from there. So you can see, like, I have some of the early reading books when my daughter was little, Junie B. Jones, To the Rescue, Disney Tangled book, and then some of the other books that either want to read or I have read. So it's a neat way to organize your books. And this time of year, beach time is always a good time reading, but wintertime, or when it's like it rained all day Sunday, sit down, read a book, curl up with a Kindle, cup of coffee, cup of tea, and hang out and read, because there's really not much you can do outside. So, it's just a nice app to kind of keep yourself organized.
Yeah. All right, man. Good reads. I like it. So just so you know, like, it's a good, the weather, one thing that Melissa definitely does not. Oh, we keep hitting each other, I guess. Go ahead, add her on there.
There we go.
All right. She wants you to keep the snow in the Southwest and read more of your good read books, I think, is where she's going with that.
I will do my best, be my swiftest to keep the snow in the Southwest.
That he will. All right. Well, let's transition over. Let's hit another Tech Notes number 2. Up. Here we go.
What you got?
All right. Tech Notes number 2. Now, so I'm shocked that we don't have Magic School being discussed. Although there is rumor paid, so be cautious about that. But let's talk about something new. Another love of my. I'm losing my holiday cheer here. It's falling off my beard. Um, Microsoft. Okay, so yeah, close your ears, Dom. I know you're definitely gonna love this. Let's go ahead and get this rolling here, and I want to get this off the screen real quick. Boom. All right, so Microsoft's been working on, in essence, it started out kind of like their Canva, you know, not clone, but their Canva um, similar kind of program. So it's called Microsoft Designer. Still in preview. Really works with a private account. It doesn't work with a EDU account yet. So you go to designer.microsoft.com. And so I will say, we have a special place in the PACT realm for Canva. It does amazing things and it still does. But I'm telling you, this one thing that I'm going to show you today, Canva doesn't have, that does not hold a candle to it. And if I'm wrong, please email in, message us on Blue Sky, X, wherever. Let us know. But they're generative AI. All right, so here we go. Image creator. So if you noticed tonight's show, checking out the images that we had on there for Dom and I, they were AI generated. So you're able to go in and basically go in and say, okay, so when I was watching it, Stephen Reed, who's a big Minecraft guy on Facebook, was talking about it as well, and that's why I got the idea to switch Dom and I over to Funko Pops. But the one was create a claymation man with a black and white beard, sorry, black and white long beard, wearing a So if I was really doing a better job presenting, I would have had this and just copy and pasted it in. All right, so create a claymation man with a black and white long beard wearing a pasty black sweatshirt with white strings, holding let's go, Microsoft Surface. Hit enter. And it takes a little bit to kind of do its magic in the back end, right? And they're giving you tips on different prompts you can do, adding illustrations. You could say make it a comic book. You could say the claymation. You can ask it to make it a Funko Pop. One of the women, Robin, who works with the MIEE community, or did, she asked it to make a Barbie doll, and they asked it like make this Barbie doll with the box, and it's amazing. So here's the first go at it, right? Different things. So we got a man with a long beard. He's using this. Now, one thing with AI that I've read is the hands. You got to be really concerned about how the hands are. They get fingers wrong all the time. But here, not so bad. Your thumb, the fingers, it does a pretty decent job there. The little marionettes of people hanging around it. There's Verdo, and there's all the Dom noise about Max, I guess, going on. All right, here's another one with the surface held out, writing on it. Not too bad. So here's your AI deal. There's 3 strings. There's just these little things that you will see. Not sure how much you've done. Now, other programs that would do this, you had to go on to Discord, and then you would work with the Dolly engine, Midjourney. A lot of these other ones were very engineering, codey centric. You had to type in different things to put in there to get it to come out the way you wanted to. All right, so your deal here now. Again, so if I wanted, instead of claymation, I wanted to say create my current one I'm doing on team. I made one of these characters for each of our teachers. But the latest one is I'm going to make bobbleheads of all of us and make a holiday card and then email it out to parents. So create a bobblehead of a man with a, let's see, black and white long beard wearing a, so let me switch the way. And again, there is a whole skill wearing a black sweatshirt with white strings that says PACT on it. And it's a run-on sentence. Karen's going to see this and question my ability to put a sentence together. But there are people in college, there are people out there that are making money teaching people how to do AI prompts. And there's really a lot in the prompts going. So I'm curious what I see Dom's giving it a try. We'll have to put that on the screen here shortly. Did you use Etch-a-Sketch? I just was going for it. All right, so let's see here. Let's see. After this one comes up here, we'll let you put yours on the screen. All right, there's our bobblehead doll. Not too bad. Again, PACT, things look good. It's, looks like it's holding more of an iPad from back in the day. All right, not too shabby there. All right, a little Bob Rossi here on the end, but I like that it's got the stand there. And then this guy here looking at the surface with the logo. So again, just from the text typing it in, you can adjust things, do different things. All right, Dom, do you want to show what you were able to pull up here? I'll remove mine.
Yes.
Add yourself into my tech notes. Why don't you? All right, we have black and white up here with the Etch-a-Sketch. You're too much.
They didn't for some reason they left the E out of the PACT,
Yeah.
but it's up here.
You gotta look at it. So I'm gonna now let me show you some examples of some ones that I made. So when I was going in, this was supposed to be me. So I went to one of the Microsoft webinars and they wanted you holding something. So that's why I have the Galaxy Z fold that I have. So that was the thing that I'm holding, the black and white sweatshirt. All right. So I did one for my wife holding her Mac. All right. So we do have some Macs in the building, just so you know. All right. Again, just different versions. These were different versions that were of hers. The short hair. Then I was doing one for Dom. So there's Dom holding his iPhone. Another one of Dom, holding, not too bad, not too shabby. All right, there's me, and it get like even the C's a little bit off, like you were saying with the lettering. Yeah. All right,
you have one that looks like Aaron Rodgers.
Oh yeah,
I have one that looks like Aaron Rodgers too.
There you go. There's Dom on this one again with his iPhone. All right, there's me. Then I said, riding a Harley, so it's got Harley, a Galaxy. All right, there we go. That's not too bad. No. I like that one. Now here's the funny one. This is everything's great about it. But I'm sitting, so if you look at the way the mirrors are, I'm sitting on the front wheel fender of the Harley, facing the other direction, like somebody would be behind me, totally messed up. And then it has an iPhone in one, or I guess it's supposed to be a Galaxy, but the fold here and one over here. So just the little things that it does. This is great. Just the handlebar here thing. I'm like, maybe
you're riding in the basket on front of the motorcycle.
The new Harley basket. It's a 2024 feature. All right. So AI is going to make them. This is a funny one too. The young and, maybe 20 years ago, there I am. And I don't even know what this is supposed to be. Maybe like something like prospect or something, like the words that come up there. But again, now this one's kind of bad, that's cool. There we go. I'm going to go in and we're going to change the PACT logo. Here we can go. AI is going to be working on our rebranding. This one's pretty funny. This is pretty good. This is how you end up with, flies in your teeth. All right. But anyway, not too shabby. I like this one. It's got a little spunk to it. It's got a little, that smaller style. This one is now currently my Google avatar at school, and my students are going ballistic over it. So, but yeah, so there's this one. So got the hat backwards. So again, this was all from the prompt of create this character. You could do claymation. You can do, again, Funko Pop, Barbie doll, whatever, bobblehead, whatever you're thinking, and those words in there. And it's pretty solid. Again, decent with the hand here, the lettering and, stuff like that. So the younger Dom, the suave Salvucci here, this is, there he is. All right. And there, of course, my daughters think the chubbier ones are the better ones. So they like that one, like Grandpa Verno there. And then here's our Funko Pops that we did. Again, same, very similar prompt, but just make a Funko Pop. All right. And then I asked it to put in the Rode as we use our Roadcasters, our podcast mics. So Microsoft Designer, what you're able to type in, what you're able to get out, it's like mind blown. It is amazing what you're able to do. Again, it's using a free, you could just set up an Outlook account. This is going to work. Your Hotmail account, it's going to work. EDU currently does not work, but if you are looking into breaking in and doing a little bit of work with some image generation, that is just nothing short of amazing. Like I definitely am blown away by it. Really am.
There was just something today on the news, ABC News Tech Bites. Microsoft rolled out some sort of assistant with their, I don't know if it was with their browser or some AI
Copilot.
within their assistant. I thought you'd have been talking about that today, actually, but I like this better.
Yeah, this is really nice. But yeah, you're talking. It's Microsoft Copilot is what they're
Yeah.
rolling out with a lot, and they're wrapping it with Bing, and now they're making it a part of the desktop. So I do have a. Let me switch my screen share here. Because of course, I'll stop that. Let me add. Let's see.
We missed Missy's comment earlier.
I saw it there. Yeah, I'm not sure what picture exactly she said for that one. All right, so let's see if this shows up. So let me minimize that. And nope, it's not showing up there. So the preview. Nope. All right. Well, hey. So but it's a little button at the bottom, and they have it in preview, and you pull it up, and it's a Copilot. You can do I want creative, balanced, precise, put information in. You could actually go in and say, put my Windows device in the dark mode, put it in the light mode, different things like that. So they're actually trying to work it so you'll be able to use it to actually perform some system level features. So, yep, but there, I'll have to hit that another time, but that's your little additive of AI. There's a lot of good stuff on the horizon. That's why I said, again, obviously the thing about Microsoft Designer, free is for me. And that's huge, right? That's why we like Magic School right now. All the things it offers for free. I was trying to get into Discord. I'm not a Discord guy. Kids are. Trying to get the Midjourney to work. Boy, was it funky. I do like the Chat GPT. I'm in there doing a lot of different things, testing it out, trying to have it help me do some stuff. Just the other one's just a little bit harder. Like I said, Copilot going in, that has some great features with it. They're building it out more. Some things I know, but I'm not allowed to share publicly. But they do have a lot of cool stuff going on in the back end. But like I said, if you have not checked it out, designer.microsoft.com, game changer.
Oh, if I'd had this Sunday during the rain all day, I'd have been having a ball.
I mean, just changing it up and being able to do like your class, get like, again, if you have just like, say 20 kids in a homeroom, to be able to kind of do it and get things to look like them. Like I said, I was able to, during lunch, I was just messing with it, like while we were having lunch, and I was able to create one for all the 5 teachers on our team, emailed it out to them, and they were just like, oh my gosh, did you use one of my pictures? Like, if you write different details in, unbelievable. Really cool. We should almost have a song to play at the end of Tech Notes, a footnote for our Tech Notes, if you will.
Yes, we'll have to work on that. This is my work.
Oh, that guy. Man, that last one, there's like an octopus growing out of that guy's mouth.
Yeah.
I might tell you. Not too shabby. I like that. I like that. And you probably didn't even, what was even your prompt?
I kept what
Add that back.
What you had. So create a claymation man with a black and white long beard wearing a PETEandC sweatshirt, holding an
click on where it says PETEandC. It'll show you what you wrote. Yeah.
Holding it's a sketch while riding a tricycle.
You killed me, man. That's good stuff. All right. And, if I really was thinking, I would have done some kind of images with a fan crying as the Steelers, have a very, very poor offensive showing. But I didn't get that in there. So, yeah.
Terrible towel can soak up tears of joy and tears of pain. It is multiple uses.
That is impressive. Good stuff. Let me tell you, that's some good tech notes right there.
I do have to say, last time Miami was in the Super Bowl, Western Pennsylvania boy was leading them.
Yep.
Danny Marino.
Yep. Yeah, I don't have him this time.
No.
The closest thing you have is Tua's brother in Maryland playing for the University of Maryland. That's the closest we got. But
Tua's not bad.
Nope, he's doing all right. Unfortunately, they had to let go of Gesicki. I really like Mike out of Penn State, so he's a local boy, but so he's not there. And yeah, I don't even know if there's many local Pennsylvania ties on the team. I do not
They
know.
used to. One of their defensive players was from Western Pennsylvania.
Okay.
I think. I
Hmm.
want to say I forget. He was a big name defensive lineman or linebacker.
Okay.
I don't.
Yeah.
Jason Taylor was he? I think he was a local boy, but I'm not positive.
Hmm. Gotcha. Yeah, he's in the Hall of Fame now. Yeah. Good stuff. All right, man. Well, listen, we got 1.5, 2 days, half day. We're going to be rolling into the holidays. We're going to be working on getting ready for 2024. Everybody's going to be, we got your New Year's Day. We got the bowl games coming, a lot of exciting stuff to talk about. And January 2nd, we're going to hit it hot off the griddle
Yep.
after the first day back, second day back, and working on, pumping out some great content on the PACT pod. So looking forward to seeing everybody. Before we close out, I do want to mention, if you notice in our bottom banner, PACT does have a new corporate council member. We got Clear Touch Interactive,
Yes.
the interactive boards on, and they are corporate council member, and we are excited, so very excited to have them on board. It's amazing. Good stuff.
Yeah, please support our sponsors, because without them, we couldn't do the things that we do. Not just the pod, but everything else. The professional development, the activities we have, they would make all of this go.
Definitely. All right. Well, listen, this has been an amazing episode 42, PETEandC preview part 1. And I truly appreciate and thank everyone for watching and listening. And Dom, remember, as always,
PACT,
we are
the voice of EdTech in Pennsylvania
and
beyond.
all right, let's share the sponsors.